Right, this is the Hangout Sessions. We're going to talk about Manchester United. Please subscribe if you like football. Give us a like if you enjoy the talk. I'm here with Perry. I'm here with Seb. Here with Stevie. We're just going to talk about the season. Man United so far. Obviously, the other night they didn't have the best result. If you want to talk about that, Seb's a Man United fan. If you want to talk about that, how you feel? Like, how do you feel about that result
About
coming out of the cup?
the League Cup. I'm going to be honest. It was probably our best chance of a trophy this season. Um, I mean, we put out a relatively young team last night, but there's enough players out there. We played all right. I mean, we had quite a few chances, but a lot of them just straight at the keeper, man. Like, need to be more clinical. So we should have won that game really and truly. But overall, like, yeah, we could do about the League Cup. Like, focus on the Premier League, really. That's
Mm.
what it has to be.
Yeah, I spoke to Perry, I spoke to Stevie. We didn't all we caught bits of it. We didn't watch the whole game. I caught extra time and penalties, so we can't really comment on the game too much. But I'm glad that, as a United fan, I'm glad that you've said that because I agree. Like I would say, at this moment, that was probably your best chance of winning something. And I said that to my boy, and he got really offended. So I'm glad that you said it. But Perry, what are you saying about that game? What are you saying about the United's best chance of winning a trophy? Would you agree with that?
Uh, Realistically, yeah. I mean, I didn't get to see the game, but obviously I saw a lot of the feedback and stuff, and I'm hearing actually a lot of, not a lot, but I'm hearing United fans a bit disillusioned with having Van Gaal at the moment, and a lot of United fans are saying that they don't like the way he's playing. Not so much complaining, they're a bit more like a little bit concerned, isn't it? So it's not like full on get Van Gaal out, but they're a bit like, come on, man, like, you know. I think United fans are used to kind of a certain standard of football, and I don't feel like they're fully content with it. But then that being said, he's kind of he is kind of a fill-in manager for either Giggs or somebody else to come in after he finishes suspected in 2017. So it might just be a thing where he just gets the club back to a bit of stability, and him getting knocked out of the Capital One Cup. I mean, it probably was their best opportunity to win something, but United ain't really going to be happy with winning the Capital One Cup, man.
Mm.
Really and truly.
Stevie, can you
So,
see United winning any of the other trophies this season?
Well, you look at the league table. United are kind of rooted into fourth spot. You got West Ham above, probably can't compete for the title or whatever. They're only 2 points behind Manchester City and Arsenal, who are top. But like Perry said, United will not be happy with just winning the Capital One Cup because a lot of people do class it as a Mickey Mouse Cup. All right, I don't want to say that because Blues won it back in 2011 and whatever. It is a big part of our history now.
Yeah.
But for a club like United, and the sheer size of them, they'll be looking to win something a little bit more bigger.
Mm.
And just relying on the Capital One Cup maybe isn't good enough for the fans' expectations and so on. But
Yeah,
then
no.
again, you look at the results that's gone in their favour. In midweek, Chelsea are out of the cup, Arsenal are out of the cup. If they manage to get through on penalties against Middlesbrough, you've got really contending there. You've got Liverpool and you've got Manchester City,
Mm.
possibly Southampton.
Mm.
So, if you look at it, there is chances for maybe a smaller club to come in and win the competition, which is a little bit more of a, how can you say it? It's more better of British football, you could say. But then again, you look at United, they should be beating Middlesbrough in normal time
Definitely.
anyway, at home on a Wednesday night.
That's
But,
definitely.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
then,
I mean, when I say it's our best chance of a trophy, I mean, we can still compete for the Premier League, but it's going to be a lot harder. I mean, like you just said, Stevie, Arsenal knocked out the night before, Chelsea are now out, so we should have been looking at that game, licking our lips. I mean, 2 years without a trophy is a long time for a United fan. Um, so yeah, from that point of view, bit disappointed, but can't worry about it too much.
It's going to be a lot of pressure. It's going to be a lot of pressure if you don't end up winning anything this season. I think has is Van Gaal leaving at the end of next season?
End
What's
of next
happening with
season.
that?
Apparently
Yeah.
his contract's up.
Yeah, so I don't think he's going to re-sign. So he's going to want to win that, and I think he's got to win something this season. That'll be the plan.
Oh, he's definitely got to win something. And you look at it. All right, the league is hard for him to win. It's open for him. I wouldn't say no, but the football that they're playing, it's just not eye-catching. It's not attractive. You don't think United are going to win the league.
But is he there to do that though? Is he there to make the football attractive, or is he just there to kind of
Win.
Was he there to grind out results?
just
Because I
steady
remember
the
last
tide
year,
a bit, steady the
we were,
tide?
Yeah, Seb, what do you think about the football? Because as a United fan, you would have watched them a lot more than we have this season. We've all seen them, but like,
Yeah, I mean, the play is a bit ponderous. You're looking at it, a lot of sideward passes we're seeing. I mean, we're used to the wingers flying down the wing, quick, risky football. Um, it's just not happening at the moment. But the one thing he has brought is defensive stability.
yeah,
Chris Smalling, a couple of years ago, I would not have said he would have turned into the player he's looking like at the moment. Um, Daily Blind as well. Start of the season was quite critical. I didn't think he could fit into that centre back role. Um, but in my opinion, he's made the difference. Like, he brought a bit of composure at the back. At times, you see him step out, come through like an extra midfielder. So a lot of the goals we've scored this season, like, if you look at it deeply, a lot of it comes from Daily Blind. Like, he plays a long pass over the top. Just creates a bit more space, really. So yeah, I
yeah.
think
Paul Scholes pretty much said what you said. You said that there's like a lack of creativity when they're going forward, like no risk. He doesn't really want people to beat men. It's just a bit. But he did say, like what you said, is a bit stable. He's brought a bit of stability that the Moyes defense didn't really have, which is credit to him. Because at one point, that United defense wasn't looking good at all. Even parts last season, really. But
yeah, so there's a good base there, man. Like,
mm,
we've got the tools there, attacking wise. Like, Anthony Martial's looking.
Mm.
I don't want to say
yeah,
it, but he's looking like a player. Um, Memphis, obviously young. Hopefully, it's going to click at some point. Jesse Lingard's come through in the last couple of weeks. Been waiting for that for a few years now, and he's showing good flashes.
yeah. He
Like,
nearly got the winner last night as well.
yeah, against Man City as well, hit the post.
Yeah,
Like, Andres Pereira as well. So there's a few little
Seb,
glimmers there.
what are you saying about Depay? I'm hearing him get a little bit of criticism from a few like United fans who don't really think he's cut out for the, or he's either he's not cut out or he's underperforming. What do you reckon?
It's not like he thinks he can come straight in and like what he was doing in Holland will work instantly over here. Like in the Middlesbrough game, there's a chance where he tried cutting across the defender, took a touch too much.
Mm.
I was looking at it thinking like, okay, in another league like Holland, that
Mm.
might work. But like you don't get that time in England, whether
Yeah.
you're playing a Premiership team or a Championship team. So like, I don't know, I think he's got to adapt a little bit. I was saying as well, man, he looks a little bit like a bit too big, like looks a bit too chunky.
You reckon he's got
chunky as in fat or a bit too muscular or what? Like what
A
way?
bit too muscular. He's looking a bit heavy. Like,
Mm.
he looks a bit top heavy. Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah,
He looks a bit.
Built for rugby or something.
His chest look inflated.
yeah,
massive,
Too big
inflated.
up top. It looks like it's weighing him down.
Perry, what do you think of Memphis? In the flashes you've seen, like
From what I've seen, he looks alright. But obviously, I'm not scrutinising him like a Man United fan would do.
yeah,
so,
yeah. That's like me.
like a United fan is going to watch his performances a bit more shrewdly than I'm going to look at it. And
Definitely.
I think from what I've seen, he looks alright. But when I saw and heard other Man United fans that I know criticising him, I started to look at him a bit
Differently.
closer.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to see the last game, but I know he got a lot of criticism in the last game. And then Lingard came on in the game before. Who's the last fixture before this Middlesbrough one?
Man City.
City, wasn't it?
Yeah, Man City.
When was it? Yeah, when Lingard come on and hit the post and that, and like people crossbar, and people were saying like he's looking more impressive than Depay and all this sort of stuff. So I don't know.
He looks much more agile, much more lightweight in a positive aspect, you could say. He looks more quick. He looks more mobile. He can get through them positions.
What's Lingard's set position?
He's like an attacking mid / winger. Yeah,
So is he
Was it
competing
them
with
wearing
Depay
blue
directly? Then?
Yeah, Stevie, you know Lingard because he was at Birmingham City on loan.
I'll tell you what, he was an absolute hero in his first season. We took him on, and people were thinking, who's this Jesse Lingard bloke? You know, no one's really heard of him. He's come through the United ranks and so on. And we took him on. He scored 4 goals in his first debut against Sheffield Wednesday.
He's a direct competition for Depay's position.
He is.
I would say so now, yeah.
So do you reckon he should be getting the starts at the moment, or do you reckon it's just a bad spell of form for Depay?
It's a bad spin of form, but like you've got to put in the players that are performing. Like
Definitely.
Lingard's coming in, finding space. It looks like he understands the English game. He's had a couple good loans at Birmingham City, was at Derby last season,
Brighton as well.
Brighton as well. So he performed well on all those loans. So I've been waiting. Like I said, I've been waiting for a while now. It's like he's coming through. Didn't think it would happen.
From what you guys are saying, it seems as if Rooney should come out the team. Martial, who I think we'd all agree looks very good, he should go up front, and Lingard should go out on that wing. Right now, that's what I'm thinking should
It sounds
happen.
like Van Gaal's trying to build a consistent side though, and maybe he's just thinking, I can't just drop him because he's had a few bad games. You know what I mean?
Rooney's been abysmal.
Yeah, what's
Abysmal.
going
He's
on?
non-existent.
Seb, what's going on? Like, what is going on?
I don't understand, man. Like,
Because
he's
we
doing
spoke
everything
we
so
spoke
slow.
about this. We've spoke about this, and it's carrying on since we've spoke about this, and this was a good 3 weeks ago, maybe even
This
more.
is going on for too long.
His touch looks heavy. Like, he wants more time than he's got. He doesn't look agile anymore. Again, he looks too heavy. It just.
I reckon he's just lost. I reckon he's just lost a lot of motivation.
Probably Van Gaal.
I feel like he's just bored, man.
He's won pretty much everything in club football.
I feel like he's bored. Like you're consistently asking
Bored.
someone to go in at the same club year in year out at a high level. It's like,
300 grand a week, though. Come on, Wayne. This is what you want. You wanted these big wages. You wanted these big wages. Now you need to put the performances in.
What
true.
was interesting, midweek, Xavi was saying, like, you hit a certain age where your body can't do what you think it can. Like, he was saying Rooney should drop into a midfield deeper role.
Yeah.
Like, and he said he can see him playing there.
Bear in mind, this man, like, he's been doing it since he was like. We all remember his first goal at 16 against Arsenal. He's been
16
doing
years
it.
old.
Can you remember him at 18? He
Live
always,
wire.
do you know what I mean? Live wire, and he's always been quite heavy built, but he was doing things, and you think, wow, he was doing things. You would have thought a man with. I always thought he could do things that a man of his build shouldn't really be able to do.
Well, 'cause
But
he's
now,
been weighted,
yeah, but now he looks weighty.
catching him up.
Yeah.
I've always said when he retires, he's going to be one of those players who instantly turns fat. I tell,
Wouldn't be surprised.
tell
Like a
straight
Ricky
away. As soon as he retires, he's just going to be fat instantly. Like it's going to be one of those
Like a
Ricky Hatton Gascoigne situations.
Ah,
But
it's-
yeah, like
so
Rooney's
hard,
not performing. I think it comes down to motivation, man. Like when you're getting guaranteed 300k a week, you've been doing this year in year out. Like you're guaranteed one of the first names on the team sheet. Ferguson's left, so he's not exactly going to be grilling you about your performance like that.
yeah.
Van Gaal relies on him. He was the only striker up until they got Martial, and I think like he's just kind of not like he's not interested. He's just probably just a bit bored, man.
So-
He's not a human, you remember? Like
Why does Van Gaal continue to play him then? Like,
I don't know why he switched from Martial up front to Martial on the wing. Like, what are you doing? Martial is currently a better striker than Rooney up front. Like, I don't understand that.
And it's funny, Martial looks decent on the wing, but I agree, he should be up front, really.
He
No,
needs to be up front, man. He's a finisher, isn't it? He's a finisher.
What do you think, Seb?
yeah, I'd agree, man. Like, we saw against Man City the way Martial's taking on players. Like, he's not scared of anything. Like, Middlesbrough, again, he's taking on players, going past them for fun. Like, I'm just thinking, give this guy a chance down the middle, play them balls over the top, let him chase them, play him down the sides of the defenders, let him get onto that, man. Because Rooney's not doing that.
I
Like,
think
Rooney, it's just too easy to defend against Rooney. That's the way it
I think
looks.
Van Gaal's relying on Rooney's reputation rather than current ability. He's not looking at current form at the moment.
It's the name.
Yeah, he's looking at the name. He's like an England manager right now, what he's doing. Where we know it's hard to drop Rooney out of the England setup when he's come and killed it for England a few times. I think like this is literally the same thing. They're going off the name. Van Gaal's going off the name right now when Martial looks like he'd be the more effective in-form striker right now. I mean, how many goals has Rooney scored in the league this year? 1?
2?
2?
I think it is
2
two.
goals.
I think
2
it is
goals,
two.
yeah.
2 goals.
And Martial scored 2 as well in the league, I think.
I'm not even too sure, you know.
3?
But I know Rooney's got 6 in all competitions, which makes him their top scorer in all competitions, which is funny, really. But
Still poor. Really. It's not poor. It's the way. The thing is, if they drop him, if
We
they
saw
drop him
Rooney's-
and introduce other players into the side, what happens to this guy? Does he come back bigger, better, and stronger, or does he just totally go downhill? Like
Downhill, man.
Do you reckon?
He's played a lot of seasons, like you said. This guy started at 16. There seems to be a pattern as well with players who get that limelight from a very young age, and they sort of deficit like maybe 2 or 3 years quicker than everyone else. Like they reach that peak like 2 or 3 years earlier because they played 38 games every year in the Premier League sooner than everybody else has. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Seb, what I was gonna say, so obviously we spoke about Martial and how he's looked great so far. Who else has looked good so far this season? Like we need to shine some light on the positives now.
Chris Smalling for me.
Yeah.
Come in solid.
I agree.
Before, I thought it was one of them just like big defenders that would just sit at the back, win the aerial balls and that. But now, like we're seeing him step out of defence comfortably. He's now a threat in the box, like nearly every game. We're seeing a chance fall to Chris Smalling, like whether he scores or he's nearly scoring. Yeah, it's looking good from his point of view. Another player, Morgan Schneiderlin, I think against Man City, he was the difference, man. Like I counted in the first half, he made about 6 interceptions, like in front of a defence, and I was thinking
possibly the player you needed against Arsenal.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Van Gaal came to the Arsenal game thinking he's going to out Arsenal. And because you never know what Arsenal's going to turn up, it's possible that you can out Arsenal. He just met the wrong Arsenal on the day. So, I mean, I don't think the starting Schweinsteiger in the middle was a particularly bad idea. I think it was just a bad idea on the day.
Yeah, the way he deployed it, a bit different. Like we're seeing him pushing up like past Cazorla. Like it shouldn't be that far ahead, man. Like
he got his tactics wrong on the day, man.
Yeah, because he was really pushing forward that day, wasn't he? So.
But yeah, Schweinsteiger's another one that's impressed me. Apart from that game, like
he's another person who like he's just there, isn't he? Like, he ain't really got anything to prove. This guy is a World Cup winner, Champions League winner.
I think it just brings that mentality to the team. Like we see in the game, like he'll be pointing to the players saying, like the ball won't be at Steve. We're pointing there saying, okay, pass there.
I do love that. I've noticed that. He's like I do like a pointing. He knows where he wants the ball played to him. Like I like that. I do like that.
Yeah. So I think there's a hunger in younger players that's kind of priceless, though, man.
And United have always brought them through as well.
Yeah, it's true.
I was gonna say, Seb, what's been your best performance this season then? Like, what's been the standout performance this season then? Is it the Everton game?
Everton game, yeah. But this is the annoying thing because every now and then we get a game where we'll pull out this performance or we're looking like the play's a bit faster, passing the ball nicer, like everything's just crisp, finishing the chances and whatnot. And then the next game, we're just not seeing that anymore. Like we saw it last season when like we had that little 4-game period. We beat Liverpool, Tottenham and Man City. Then after that, it's just deflated. Like, so if we can get that consistency, I think we'll be all right. But it's just, I'm at a loss to explain why it's not happening at the moment. But yeah, the Everton game definitely this season standout point.
Hard place to go in as well. Hard place to go in and get that result.
Exactly.
I didn't expect it. I remember we spoke after the Arsenal game and we were saying Everton, Man City next, and I was thinking, I wasn't the most hopeful, but yeah, man.
And they played well. They played very well. They were clinical as well. Scored the goals, and that's what they want to do, I'm guessing, all season long. Not to play amazingly good football, but what they did was bulletproof, and it works.
I still think United are missing the X factor, though.
Something is missing.
X factor, man?
Guys, what is that X factor? Like we all think that. So Stevie, what do you think the X factor is? Like, what is missing from that team?
Do you know what I think is missing? An extremely big name, because I've got the team, the first team squad in front of me, and you look at the names. There's nothing really special there.
Not like where you do. Like United normally do have them names. Like, but where? Big name where?
You've got De Bruyne, you've got Aguero, you've got Toure. These are the company. These are big names, big players. You look at this team, right, and you've got Phil Jones, Smalling, Daley Blind, Ashley Young, Sergio Romero, Ander Herrera. These are good players, but they're not these X factor players.
Perry, what do you think's missing? Like going off what Stevie just said.
I'm not sure if
There's something missing. It's
I
like
do.
a
Yeah,
cheap
there's
bread.
definitely some sort of star quality missing from the team for sure. There's definitely, but I can't name you exactly what it is. But then I think Van Gaal kind of knows that, which is why he's trying to get Rooney to perform because Rooney's one of those players who's in
Yeah, he is that big name.
In that bracket.
Yeah.
bracket that you just mentioned. Rooney's is really realistically one of those players. So I think that's why Van Gaal doesn't want to drop him, which is also why the England managers of the past have always been afraid to drop Rooney because they know he's got that moment of brilliance in him.
When you guys come against United, like, do you look at any of our players and think, okay, Bond, if we keep him quiet today, then we got a
What's that?
chance. Or like,
Against you, I
I hope
was
he's not playing.
like, as an Arsenal fan, when we played against United earlier in the season, I was thinking we need to kind of keep Memphis quiet, which we did
For
successfully.
me, it's Martial, man, danger man. Because there's not because we have not seen that much of him as well. We don't really know what he's capable of. So it's kind of
Mm.
like we know he can do damage, but we don't know really. It's not like you've got seasons worth of footage or seasons worth of stats on him to kind of know what he does,
Yeah,
where he shoots, how he likes to. Does he like to take players on? Does he like to go for the 1-2? Like we don't really know much about him, so he's kind of an enigma. So when we played United, I was like, nah, man, this Martial guy's dangerous. Like, I don't know what he's gonna do. Like,
he was their best player that day as well.
mm,
For
Yeah,
me, that's kind of worrying, man. Like, he wasn't brought in to be that player.
I
yeah.
know. He's only 19, isn't he?
At 19, exactly. Like,
That's a lot of pressure, man. 19.
Mm. I think what United are missing, like over the years, two right left midfielder get the ball down, not necessarily beating players. They've had players that can do that. For example, like Kanchelskis, Giggs, Ronaldo, but just that left midfielder, that right midfielder that can get down and get a ball into the
Yeah,
box.
but is that how United are going to be playing anymore? That was Fergie stuff.
Mm.
Like, is Van
Yeah,
Gaal just gonna go back to Fergie stuff? I don't think he is.
To be fair, Moyes' United played like that, and it was dreadful, wasn't it? Like the deliveries that have gone into the box.
over
When their
that
game,
Fulham
when
game,
they
75
whipped in, like, yeah, I'll never forget watching that. It was ridiculous. It was like, it's not working. These guys are heading everything out. Try something else. But yeah, like I think a couple good wingers United are missing. I think Sanchez was a big miss for United.
Pedro.
Pedro was another big miss. Do you know what I mean? Like he could have been different at United. Pedro, he don't look like he's enjoying it at Chelsea. But
I
yeah,
think Van Gaal's waiting for hopefully Yanazar to come back a different player. Like, I think he sent him away. Like, you see how the Kevin De Bruyne effect, how he went away from Chelsea for a bit,
mm,
played in Germany for a couple years or a year, whatever it was, and just come back firing. I think he's hoping for the same kind of thing with him.
yeah.
So that's
Well, United is a bit of a we don't know. It's an odd start to the season because they're up there in the league. They're up there in the league. I mean, they could be top again by the end of this weekend, but they're out of the Capital One Cup. How are you going in the Champions League? How's that going?
I think we're second place. Second place. We
So
play.
Champions League's still on course. It's not a bad start then. It's all right. It's not bad, but
It's a stable start. That's how I
yeah,
think.
I
Nothing
think
extraordinary.
if it was a school report, it'd be could do better, wouldn't it? It'd be one of them could do better.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to complain with the start so far.
All right. Well, thanks guys for participating. Man,
Anytime.
Man United could do better.